welcome to Mind class. Today we are going to go through a theme called flow. So it's going to really feel like a yoga flow today. We might not be using all of the same terminology as you would in yoga, but some of it new, some of it different. We have done this before a very long time ago. What you're going to need today is your mat, water, nearby if you need it, just to kind of cleanse the palate a little bit as we breathe and go through this. I'm not going to focus on breath, so if you know how to breathe during all the poses and the stretches, please do. Today we're going to go through stretches, flow, and then we will end with a little bit of balance and hamstring and hip mobility, okay? So a lot of things all into one quick 30-minute class, okay? So thank you for joining me today. We are going to start in the center of our mats. You are welcome to play your own music. I have something very soft in the background. You probably can't hear it. But we are going to start center of our mat, so if you can find something yoga-esque or soft and flowy, go ahead and put that on and we will go ahead and begin. So do that. I'll give you about 15 seconds to do that and get yourself on the mat. Center yourself, roll the shoulders down and back. Start that nice deep breathing. Feet are about hip width. They're going to become wider in just a moment here, okay? So go ahead and walk your feet out just a little bit wider. Maybe turn your toes out just a little bit. And we're going to slowly start to sink down. Knees stay back behind those toes. And we're going to work ourselves into a deep squat here, okay? So almost like a frog squat. If you want to keep your hands here, or if you want to kind of keep your hands on your thighs, not your knees, or even your elbows and your thighs and open up those legs just a little bit, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you can scoot yourself all the way down to the floor into a nice deep squat, okay? I'm shifting my body side to side slightly while keeping those knees back, just to kind of open up the hips, the inner thighs. And if you want to come out of it, shake it out, come back into it. And if you need to widen your stance, narrow your stance, fix your feet, do that. We've just got about 15 seconds left in this first deep squat stretch. Slowly rise up. Let's go ahead and take our right leg, turn that toe out, bend that knee, and then straighten out that back leg into a side warrior. So this is feet perpendicular. Go ahead and take your elbow to your thigh, and we're going to, let's circle open this way. Open up the chest. We're going to do everything on this right side first. And then we will shift our weight and switch to the left, okay? So feet pivot, they're perpendicular. Bend that knee over the ankle, elbow on the thigh. That leg can straighten up and kind of push back a little bit. And then let's circle through center here with that arm. Chest is open as we circle. Come center. Walk your feet in or heel toe. Right leg forward, left leg back into a lunge. And then reach those arms up overhead, shoulders out of the ears. If you'd like to, little pulses. Pushing your front heel into the ground and the ball of the foot of the back leg pushing in the ground as well. If you'd like to just hold the pose, tilt the hips forward, reaching through that hip flexor, that's fine too. Step center. Let's go ahead and switch into the other side. Take your lunge back, find your balance. Open up your stance if you need to. Drop that back knee, reach the arms up overhead. Biceps out, biceps by the ears, but shoulders out of the ears. Little pulses if you wish. And if you want to just hold it, tilt your pelvic forward and open up that hip flexor, that works too. Your butt is tilted under. And then release it. Step center, inhale, forward fold. Hands come to the mat, you're gonna walk yourself back into a down dog, and we're gonna hold down dog. So fingertips facing forward, toes facing forward, shoulders in line with your hands and feet, okay? So I want feet hip width, hands shoulder width, and we're lifting that tailbone drawing your belly button in towards your spine. Tailbone lifted as if a string was pulling it up to the ceiling. Come to plank, lower yourself down, and we're gonna lift up cobra, or up dog, meaning we're getting those elbows straight, shoulders out of the ears, the tops of your thighs, or the pads, the tops of your feet, right, are on the mat. So you can lift your knees and just let the tops of your feet support you, or you can lower down and let your thighs support you. Push back to all fours, right leg's coming forward in a low lunge twist, and then we're gonna thread through under that armpit and twist, thread through. This is your own pace now. If you prefer to hold the thread through or to hold the chest opener right here, please do. Hands to the mat, step back and switch sides. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up, twist, thread through, open it up, twist, thread through. So you are reaching with your fingertips to the ceiling, and then as you thread through, you're reaching it towards the wall. Lower the hands to the mat, come back to plank, lower your body all the way down. We're gonna come into cobra. So cobra means that our arms are slightly bent, we've lifted our chest off the ground, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna shift our body weight just a little bit, and we're gonna look to the side wall, okay? So we're a little off center here. We're gonna look to the right, lower yourself down, readjust yourselves, hands underneath those shoulders, lift up cobra, and then we're gonna look and shift our weight a little bit to the other side. If you need to come out of it at any time, then come out and come back in. If you'd like to do regular cobra, do regular cobra. Engage that lower back just a little bit to help lift you up. It's not all about the arms and the shoulders holding you up. Use that back too. Lower all the way on down. Curl the toes under. Push to down dog. Walk the hands to the feet and the feet to the hands. Roll it on up. The next minute we're going to use for just a breathing flow. So we're going to inhale and exhale at your own pace. Ready, set, go. If you'd like to take a forward fold, and then roll it on up, you are welcome to. You just want to breathe and flow. We've got 30 more seconds to go here. Maybe listen to your breath. And decide what you want to do based on your breath. We're going to head back into our warrior stance. So go ahead and take that right leg out, feet perpendicular, bend this knee, and walk that back leg straight out. Come into your side warrior. You can hold the pose. You can sweep that arm. You choose. Maybe you're continuing on with those deep breaths. Maybe you found a good pattern. Maybe you can get a little deeper into this stretch. Draw yourself center. Turn your toes. Adjust yourself. Other side. Again, if you want to just hold the pose or sweep and circle that arm, you're welcome to. This is a nice chest opener. Mobility for the shoulder as well in that joint. Really focus on this leg becoming parallel to the floor. From center, walk your feet in, right leg forward, left leg back. This time, if you'd like, take a knee. Reach forward as if we were in crescent. Biceps by the ears, shoulders down and back. You can retract your shoulder blades together. That'll help you get your shoulders out of your ears. Switch other leg. So again, you can stay on a knee if you'd like to come up and pulse. You're welcome to. Shoulders down. Fingertips reaching long. Hips reaching forward. I'm hinged forward at the hips slightly, giving that hip flexor a nice big stretch. Release the hands, come to all fours, curl the toes under, down dog. Reaching that tailbone high to the sky. Shift your body weight forward to plank. Lift your chest up dog. Come back to plank, down dog. Plank, lift the chest, up dog. So you're just letting your belly drop a little bit. I am on my toes for this. Down dog, up dog. So let me come to the side here so you can see. Down dog, plank. And then I just let my belly drop, my chest lift, and I'm staying on the balls of my feet here for this. Normally we are on the pads of our feet. So if you'd like to switch that to here, or your thighs to here, that's what I was talking about earlier. Push the down dog. And let's go ahead now and take your right leg forward, low lunge, twist. Add that thread through. So we're going through everything we just did in the warm-up, all over again. Taking our time. I'm warm already from this. Upper body, legs, it's all working right now. And then let's go ahead and switch sides. So twist open. If you want to just hold it, hold it. If you want to take two hands on the ground, take two hands on the ground. If you want to thread through, add that in too. And if you'd like, remember the name of this class today is flow. If you'd like to flow, flow. Hands come to the mat, so back into plank, roll yourself all the way on down. We're coming back to our cobra. So hands come underneath the shoulders, lift yourself up in cobra. If you would like to stay here, stay here. Engage your lower back and your glutes. And then look to the side, shift your weight slightly. Come center. Look to the other side. Come center. Okay, so you have options here to hold center, to hold left, or to hold right. Again, engage the glutes and the lower back, otherwise your arms are going to be really tired by the end of this cobra. If you'd like to really shift yourself a little bit bigger, stretch out that straight arm as you look to the side, really squeeze that glute, and hold yourself up. Release it all the way down. Push back to child's pose. Come to all fours, curl the toes under down dog. Step center of your mat and inhale. Exhale. We're going to go through 3 minutes of flow. I'm going to take you through everything on the right side and then everything on the left side. See how it goes. Okay, so let's start with a nice big inhale. Exhale. One more. Exhale. Let's take the flow to the right. And circle through. One more time. Come center. Right leg forward, left leg back. Let's take this front lunge. Almost like a crescent, right? So we would call it. Hands come down to the mat. Let's push back to down dog. Come to plank. Maybe an up dog. Come to plank, down dog. Back to plank, up dog. Plank, down dog. Right leg comes forward. Open up that twist. Thread it on through. Do that one more time. Lower yourself down to the floor. Lift up cobra, look right. Lower yourself down. Come to all fours, curl the toes under down dog. Step center of your mat, back to your inhales. Do it again. 2 more times. Let's take our side warrior stance. Swing that arm open. 3 more times. Normally we would turn and come down to a lunge, so if you prefer to just stay in your place, turn in low lunge. That's usually how we flow, right? Otherwise, come forward towards me. Hands come down to the mat. Roll the toes under to down dog. Come to plank, up dog. Back to plank, down dog. 1 more time. Plank, up dog. Plank, down dog. Opposite leg, your left leg is going to twist open. Thread through, do that 1 more time. There we are, just putting it all together right now. Lower yourself all the way on down, hands on the shoulders. Lift up cobra, squeeze your glutes, squeeze the back. Look to the left, shift that body weight. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Come neutral to center, lower yourself on down. Push to child's pose. There is your flow section. We are going to head into some balance. You guys are going to love balance. Come to all fours, curl those toes under down dog, walk the feet to the hands or the hands to the feet, roll it on up, inhale. Whew. Feet are going to come hip width. We're going to lift up on the balls of our feet, almost our tiptoes. Arms come up overhead, and we're going to lower our bottoms on down. We have a tiptoe squat. If tiptoe balance is too much, or if your arms, if you need to take them out, or back, you can always come to a chair squat if you need to. But this is called balance, so we are going to try to stay on those toes. Rise up, heels down. Let's take a star lift. Whew. Yep. A star lift. Find a focal point. Point that toe, reach with the arms, hinge at the hip diagonally, and balance on that standing leg and star. You guys, we've done star before. And then let's keep this leg on the ground, other leg comes up, you support it, holding underneath that thigh, a standing knee hold. You can slowly let go of that leg, or you can hold on to it. Standing tall and upright, shoulders drawn back. We don't want to be crunched forward. We'll get a little bit taller here. We're going to go next into what we know as a warrior 3, but you're going to make a T with your arms. We will call this today an aeroplane. So you can either tap that foot down or come straight back, find a focal point into your warrior 3 balance, point that toe, shoulders out of the ears, but squeeze the blades together in the back. Nice. Long arms from wall to wall. How we doing? Dive on down with those hands. Leg stays up. We're going to be in a standing split. We call, 3-point balance sometimes. I would actually like you to walk your hands closer to your foot. Try to fold your chest towards your knee and lift that back toe to the ceiling. That's the goal. Standing split. Your chin's got to stay above that heart though, so we don't have all that blood pooling. So if you need to come out of it a little bit to 3-point, go ahead. Otherwise, try to reach like a standing hamstring stretch towards chest towards the knee. All right, lower that down. Let's try the other side, shall we? Going into tiptoe squat first. We get to try it again. On your toes, on the balls of your feet, the pads of your feet. Squat back. Where would you like your hands to be? Knees should stay like over those toes or behind it, so I don't want you tiptoeing forward like this. I want you to squat that butt back while keeping that chest up on your toes, okay? And one by fast. Other side star. So if you'd like to gracefully open up to your star, go for it. Let's see, I said point your toe. Let's try flexing the foot. And if you need to, keep your foot a little bit lower. If you need to, point on the ground and maybe balance little lifts here. And when you fall out of it, try it again. Facing forward now, holding the other knee up. Flex that foot, balance over the standing leg. Tall, proud, shoulders. If you fall out of it, come back to it. We're really firing up the stability in your left leg so that when we come right now to our aeroplane, point that toe, hinge forward, fingertips reaching wall to wall, hips face the ground. This leg is getting fatigued because we have been balancing on it for now 3 moves. Try to flatten out that back. If you need to, come up a little bit taller. There's a slight bend in this leg, but my back leg that's in the air, I'm trying to get that as straight as I can and reaching that toe to the back wall. Squeeze your glute. All right, here's that fold forward. So chest to the knee, hands closer to the feet. So in 3-point, we're usually out here. Walk your hands closer. Oh my goodness, tight, tight leg. So eye gaze is not at your knee or the wall behind you. Your eye gaze is a little bit ahead of you, maybe at the top of your mat, okay? Try to reach a little bit forward with that chest, standing split. My goodness, I have a long way to go there. Both feet on the ground. I call this the Titanic pose. You're at the front of the ship. You're gonna lift up to your toes. You're gonna reach your arms wide open. Eye gaze to the ceiling. Proud chest arch slightly towards the sky. Angel, right here. Again, this is balance work. Core tight. Okay, opposite, look to me. Try to stay on those tiptoes. We're gonna dive forward and forward. Fold, diver. Staying on those tiptoes is the hardest part. Flat back, proud chest, fingertips reaching wall to wall. Trying to stay up on those toes. Oh my goodness, my calves. Wow. Release, come out of it, good job. Wow, balance work. That really humbles you, doesn't it? Okay, coming down to the floor, we're gonna work on hip mobility and our hamstrings. So you can take a nice big inhale, forward fold, half lift, come to all fours. We're gonna take our right knee forward, our left knee back in a 90-90 pose and fold it on forward, okay? So starting out with 90-90, opening up the hips. You can fold forward with your elbow parallel with your knee and your forearm parallel with your shin. And that front arm's gonna come behind us. We're gonna lift our hips up like a string's pulling into the ceiling. You tuck your butt under and then arch back. Mermaid. Big, big arch. Open it all up. Try to lift those hips a little bit higher, tuck that butt under just a little bit more. Reach that hand back. Remember, you can open up your grip of your palm to the ceiling. Release down, back leg comes front, hamstring stretch. And we're just gonna hold here in this hamstring stretch for quite a bit of time. So just stay here and stretch. That's all I want you to do. And if you need to straighten both legs in order to get a better stretch in that hamstring, go for it. Chest to the knee. So for me, I can get a little bit deeper if I open up, do a straddle. My knee inhibits me from switch legs 90-90, so now your left leg comes front, right leg is back, fold it forward. You can take that elbow and forearm parallel. Whew. Breathe. Bless you. Bless you. We're going to do the same exact stretches, just now on the other side. Allow your body to relax and melt into the ground. Your front arm comes behind you to support you on the ground, and we're going to lift these hips like a string, pulling your hips to the ceiling, tuck that butt under, and reach. So play around with your hand here if you want to open up the palm or reach to the ground. Lift a little bit taller with those hips. Sit back on your sit bone. This back leg comes forward for your hamstring stretch. Remember, this is our long stretch here. So bend this leg, open up this leg, whatever you got to do to get that hamstring lengthened. We did a little bit of work today in that flow. I was breaking a sweat, I have to say. There was some work going on. Now I'm just enjoying these stretches because I'm nice and warm and loose, and so I'm going to try to get a little deeper in each one, and you should as well. Chest towards that knee. We're going to sweep the legs behind us and coming into a child's pose. So come to all fours. Open up the knees, toes come together in the back, drop your butt towards your heels, then walk your hands ahead of you. Big child's pose, you can rest your forehead on the ground. Nice big inhales here. Come up to tabletop. Hands over the shoulders, curl the toes under, push to down dog, tailbones lifted. Neutral neck, so I want you to shake your head no, shake your head yes, and let your neck come to a neutral spot. Then eye gaze beyond your fingertips. So it doesn't mean you have to move your head a ton. It just means your eye gaze lifts, which will probably lift your chin just a little bit above your heart. You're not looking at your knees or toes, we're looking ahead of us, fingertips reaching ahead of us, tailbone lifted tall. Walking the feet towards the hands, a nice wide straddle fold. Hands can be on the shins or the mat. I want you to think about reaching long with the crown of your head. Straightening the knees. Tailbone lifting towards the back wall. Taking nice deep breaths. Nice deep breath here. Exhale. And on this last breath, go ahead and roll yourself up. Just stand, roll the shoulders down and back. Inhale. Exhale. And that is the end of our mind class. That went by really fast. I hope that you feel a little bit looser, a little bit more balanced, and that you enjoyed today's class. This is the part of the workout regimen that I know I need a lot of work on, and hopefully you're enjoying it and that you're finding that it's beneficial to you as well. So balance, mobility, flexibility, a great way to start our Tuesday. If you're catching the replay, whatever day of the week it is for you, thanks for coming. Tomorrow we will have warrior strength, so I will see you back here for that at 9 o'clock. Have a good day. Bye.